Welcome back to QuietKat's video series on maintenance. In this video, we're going to talk about removing the throttle from your QuietKat bike. QuietKat 750 watt electric bikes come stock as a class 2, which means they have a 750 watt motor, a 20 mile/h max speed, and can be operated using a throttle. Many areas have restricted use to class 1 e-bikes, which is pedal assist only, therefore the throttle will need to be removed. Out of the box, the QuietKat bike is going to have the throttle on the left side, located between the grip and the control pad. There's a small wire that runs into the bundle that we'll need to disconnect. To start, let's go ahead and peel off the Velcro that is holding the bundle of wires together. And we can trace back the throttle to the throttle plug. Using a set of scissors or some small cable cutters, we're going to follow the cable back and locate the zip tie that is keeping these all together. Go ahead and snip the zip tie so that we can free up the throttle cable. With the cable free, we can go ahead and disconnect the throttle from the system simply by pulling straight out. The next step will be to slide the throttle body off of the handlebar. In order to do that, we're going to need to remove the grip and the brake lever. The grip simply pulls off with a bit of force. You may have to twist it a little bit to get it to come loose, and just keep pulling and twisting. Got the grip removed. Next step, remove the brake lever. The brake lever attaches using a clamp with your 5mm Allen wrench. Come underneath the handlebars to the clamp bolt. Loosen that up a little bit, not all the way, and go ahead and slide the brake lever off. You'll notice the cable tension gets a little bit tight here, so you may have to turn the wheel in order to give yourself a little more cable slack to safely remove the brake lever. As you can see, our brake sensor disconnected when we did that. I'm just going to go ahead and reconnect that, lining up the arrows and putting that back together. These plugs can only plug into one another and cannot be confused with the throttle, so don't worry about getting those mixed up. Next, using our 3mm Allen key, we're going to locate the cinch bolt underneath the throttle. Go ahead and loosen that up and slide the throttle right off the handlebar. Now that we have successfully removed the throttle, we can go ahead and put the brake lever back on and then put the grip back in place. I'm going to slide the brake lever on, reconnect the sensor. Don't worry about tightening the lever yet, just want to get that in place. We'll get the grip on and get everything aligned. Go ahead and reattach our grip, just kind of sliding things back into place. There's a plug on the end of the grip, so once you've got the grip all the way on, then we can judge the distance for the brake lever. So go ahead and line the lever up in the distance that we want. This is personal preference. Some folks like to use 3 fingers, some people like to use 2, some people like to use 1. Based on how the size of your hand is and the grip you like, you can move the bar inward and outward to suit your personal preference and comfort. Same thing with the distance up and down. This should be a position of comfort to not cause strain on your hands. Once we have everything in place, we're going to go ahead and tighten it up. Come down here with our 5mm to the brake clamp, and we're just going to tighten this until it's snug. This should not be overly tight at all. A good way to check is you should be able to grab the lever and pull on it and have it move. I can't move it, so that's too tight. We're going to loosen it up just a little bit. Try again. There we go. Now I can move it. Maybe give it just a little bit tighter for security. But the idea is that in a crash, we want these levers to be able to move out of the way before they break. So now that we've got everything put back together, we can go ahead and put our Velcro around our cable bundle. Using that empty head right inside the Velcro, wrap everything up nice and snug. Let's keep all of our cables neat and organized. That is removing the throttle. You are now ready to ride as a Class 1 electric bike.